Hey everyone, today I'm in Norman, Oklahoma at the Independent Order of the Odd Fellows Cemetery, and this is a pretty sizable cemetery. It actually butts right up to a Catholic cemetery, so it's pretty large, and there are a lot of graves in here, a lot of different stories in here. A couple weeks ago I was in here looking for some specifically, and I accidentally ran across these two, and I figured I'd come back and do a story on them. Now this first one is on the east side of the cemetery, and it's been here for a while, but if you look at that lake, I think it's kind of newer. And I don't know much else other than what I read here when I am scanning the graves. Some of the dates pop out to me sometimes. So the first thing I saw was that June 23rd, 1944. But this is James W. Campbell, Oklahoma, Private First Class in the 47th Infantry, 9th Division, World War II. And he was born November 20th, 1916. And just a little bit on him. He was a World War II veteran, obviously, but he died of his wounds on June 23rd, 1944. I'm not sure if I can find anything else on him, but if I can, we will definitely do a story. And he's just listed here, the family of J.W. Campbell, which is right here. And then we have in memory of Joseph W. Campbell, August 31st, 1888 to December 5th, 1957. So I'm assuming that that is his father for James. And then we have Mother Lydia, 1891 to 1969. And J. Edgar Campbell, February 6, 1926 to March 25th, 1931. Just a young one there, 5 years old. But you can see there used to be some sort of flower vases in between here. And they have kind of deteriorated and went away, I guess you could say. Someone obviously placed that marker there afterwards, and there's some vases on there. And this one actually kind of looks the newest, but I don't know. I don't think there's anything on the back. So like I said, I enjoy walking cemeteries and just scanning the dates, seeing if I see veterans and stuff like that. And there are a lot of veterans in this cemetery. You can see them from all branches, all dates of service. I've seen some in here that are World War II, Vietnam, and Korea, all together. Veterans of all those wars and conflicts. And so those are certainly heroes in my book. And I enjoy seeing them. It's something that I've always liked doing. And me personally, I look up to people like that, no matter what their age is. Here's a World War II veteran here, Thomas J. Haygood, Tech Sergeant in the U.S. Army, World War II, June 10th, 1923 to January 22nd, 2006. And you can see some of the Haygood family right there. That's Thomas J. right there on the right. And then his wife, Irene, December 11th, 1925 to September 8th, 2011. Married January 5th, 1946. So he came home from the war and got married. But you cannot be in this cemetery and not notice this one. This is a large one. And it's pretty bright with the sun shining there. It's setting. But if you look here, there's a wonderful depiction of this young man, and we'll get a closer look here in a second. But I'll show you his marker. David T. Wright II, and it says at the top, all gave some gave all. He was a first lieutenant in the United States Army, July 7th, 1983 to September 14th, 2009. He was awarded the Bronze Star Medal and the Purple Heart, and it was for his service in Operation Enduring Freedom. And you can see here he's got kind of a unit badge up there, I guess. I'm not a veteran of the Army, so you guys will have to help me out if you've served in the Army. But I can clearly tell that there's a combat action ribbon there, metal in the center, and some jump wings. So lot going on this marker, and he's obviously a big OU fan, and there's a reason. But it says, "Our son, our hero, on a mission beyond this horizon." And you can see the family here. There's a couple family photos here. This is the mother and the father, and if you look closely, there's a badge on the father, and he was a police officer in the city of Moore, where I grew up and served for 30 years. And his son had goals of getting out of the Army eventually and becoming a police officer just like his dad, but that was never able to happen. Now someone has placed an ornament, what appears to be an ornament from the United States Coast Guard, just as a sign of respect. I do not have an ornament or anything like that, but we will place a coin on his marker here. This is the father, David Timothy Wright, who he was named after, and you can see another photo right there of him in uniform, the son, and then looks like the father is as well, his police department uniform. March 17th, 1961 to December 15th, 2020. But if you look at the son here, you can clearly see that he was a track star for the University of Oklahoma. He actually went to that university on a full ride track scholarship, and then majored in sociology, criminal justice, I think I read. And like I said, he was wanting to follow his father's footsteps. Like I said, there's a great depiction of him there on the marker, and I thought we would just place a penny as a sign of remembrance, and that we've visited him and that he's not forgotten. He does have a little bit on the back side of his marker here. Couple photos. You can see it says Wright, and then there's an eagle flying there, and we have a cross with an American flag on it, and it says, "Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." John 15:13. And there's some photos here of him in service, and I'm going to assume that those were on his deployment, his last deployment. You can see photo. I'm going to guess that that's probably him on the right, but it could be him on the left. He's certainly there with his service buddies, his friends. And then you can see him here. After looking at this photo a little bit more closely, I do think that's him on the left. But you can see him here with some children, and definitely serving his country. Army First Lieutenant Wright was assigned to the 2nd Battalion, 1st Infantry Regiment, 5th Stryker Brigade Combat Team, 2nd Infantry Division at Fort Lewis, Washington. He died of his wounds sustained when enemy forces attacked his vehicle with an improvised explosive device. David graduated in 2002 from Moore High School in Moore, Oklahoma, where he was on the football team and he ran track. After graduation, he attended the University of Oklahoma on a track scholarship and was part of the OU track team. In December of 2006, David graduated with a BA degree in sociology and criminology, and shortly afterwards he joined the Army. During his basic training at Fort Benning, he was awarded the Army Achievement Award and the Soldier of the Cycle, the top soldier of his class. On July 21st, 2009, David was deployed to Afghanistan, and he always felt proud to serve his country. But he was looking forward to coming back home to Oklahoma and following his father's footsteps as a police officer. David was the type of person who made others feel appreciated and was always well liked. Friends and fellow soldiers talked about what a terrific person he was, very respectful, very polite, and always looking out for others, and very dedicated to what he was doing. While in Afghanistan, David wrote home about the honor he felt as he and his fellow soldiers would protect a village. He said he had no hard feelings towards the villagers, although some were very angry with the soldiers. These people deserve a better existence, and hopefully my efforts will help, in a small way, provide that to them. David's parents, Tim and Michelle, received this letter after returning home after receiving his body. That's going to do it for today's episode in Oddfellows Cemetery in Norman, Oklahoma. I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a short one, but we're going to have a few more stories from this cemetery coming soon. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.